Imagine standing in your bedroom the night before your wedding, heart hammering so hard you can hear it in your ears. You unzip the garment bag that holds the dress you designed for 6 straight months, and it's empty. Just hanging plastic and a faint trace of lavender from the dry cleaner. Your mother-in-law looks you dead in the eye and says, "Oh, sweetie, these things happen. Just buy another one." I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I smiled back because I already knew exactly who took it, why they took it, and how I was going to make that stolen silk the shroud that buried their perfect little family's reputation. This is the story of how my MIL's betrayal turned into the most satisfying scorched earth revenge you will ever hear. If you've ever been stabbed in the back by the people who were supposed to love you most, the kind of betrayal that makes your stomach drop and your fists clench, smash that like button right now. Subscribe and comment your own "family ruined me" story below. I read every single one. This one is going to hit you in the chest and leave you screaming yes at the end. Let's dive in. My name is Sophia. 2 years ago, I married Alex, the man I thought was my forever. His mother, Diane, never liked me. I was the outsider, not from their old money circle, not polished enough, not one of them. But Alex loved me, so I swallowed the passive-aggressive comments and tried to keep the peace. 6 months before the wedding, I found the designer of my dreams, Elena Voss. She only does 10 gowns a year. Mine cost $120,000. Hand-embroidered silk, custom beading that told the story of my late grandmother's garden, a silhouette that made me feel like a queen. Every fitting felt like healing. I cried in the mirror the first time I saw it. Diane smiled through gritted teeth every time I showed her a photo. "It's bold," she'd say. Her real daughter, Lauren, the golden child, was getting married 6 weeks after us in a more intimate ceremony that somehow kept growing bigger and bigger. 48 hours before my wedding day, I drove to the bridal suite at the venue to do a final steam. The garment bag was gone. Just gone. The manager swore no one had entered except family members with keys. My hands started shaking. I called Diane. "Oh, honey," she sighed on speakerphone, voice dripping fake concern. "These things get misplaced all the time. Just run to Saks and grab something off the rack. No one will notice." My stomach turned to ice. I knew she had it, but I had zero proof. The next 24 hours were hell. Alex kept saying Mom would never, while I paced our apartment like a caged animal. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw my grandmother's garden embroidered on that silk. I felt the weight of every needle prick, every late-night sketch, every sacrifice I'd made to afford it. And now some entitled woman had decided her daughter deserved to wear my soul on her body. I barely slept. The rage wasn't loud, it was cold, surgical, and growing sharper by the hour. The morning of my wedding, I walked down the aisle in a last-minute backup gown that felt like cardboard. I smiled for the photos, but inside I was already planning, because at 11:47 a.m., while I was saying I do, Lauren posted a private Instagram story from her own pre-wedding brunch. There it was. My dress, altered, hemmed shorter, neckline changed, beads missing, Lauren twirling in it like a Disney princess while Diane stood behind her beaming with pride. The caption, "Feeling like royalty in my sister's gift. #family first." My blood ran hot. Sister's gift? That dress had my name on the label, my measurements, my blood, sweat, and $120,000 on it. I didn't explode at the reception. I waited. I danced with Alex, cut the cake, and smiled like the happiest bride alive. But the second we got home, I opened my laptop and started digging. First, the texts. Lauren had accidentally added me to a group chat weeks earlier and never removed me. I scrolled back. There it was, the confession in black and white. Diane. "The dress looks stunning on you, baby. Sophia can always buy another. We need you to outshine her. This family has standards." Lauren, "Mom, you're evil. Haha, but thank you. She'll never know." I screenshotted everything. Then I cried for the first time, not from sadness, but from pure, crystal-clear fury. The gaslighting that followed was textbook. Diane called the next day. "Sweetheart, it's a family dress now. We all share. You're being dramatic." Alex's aunts texted me paragraphs about unity and not making a scene. They tried to make me the villain for wanting my own property back. That's when I stopped being the nice daughter-in-law. I became the woman who was going to burn their empire down. I hired a private investigator and a lawyer the same afternoon. The PI found the hidden AirTag I'd slipped into the lining of the garment bag months earlier. Paranoid? Maybe. Life-saving? Absolutely. The dress was at Diane's country club, locked in a private dressing room. Security footage from the bridal suite showed Diane and Lauren wheeling a large suitcase out at 2 a.m. the night before my wedding. Crystal clear. Elena Voss, the designer, was furious when I showed her the photos. Those alterations ruined the structural integrity. That gown is now legally damaged beyond repair. She offered to testify. I started building the dossier. Diane's husband's business relied on elite board memberships and country club deals. Lauren's fiancé was running for local office. Their entire social life was built on reputation. Perfect. For 3 weeks, I played the long game. I smiled at family dinners. I let Diane hug me and call me daughter. Every time she did, I felt the cold steel of my plan sharpening. Alex finally saw the texts. He confronted his mother. She cried, called me unforgiving, and said she only wanted Lauren to feel special. He was devastated, but he stood by me, for once. That was my turning point. I realized I wasn't just fighting for a dress. I was fighting for the right to never be erased again. Lauren's intimate ceremony was actually a 400-person black tie gala at the most exclusive venue in the city. The invitation list was pure old money. Perfect stage. My lawyer drafted the injunction. I hired a professional live stream team and paid 3 influencers who ran in the same circles to accidentally go live at the exact moment. The plan was simple, but surgical. Let Lauren walk down the aisle in my stolen dress, then strike. The night of Lauren's ceremony, I wore a blood-red gown that cost more than her entire wedding. I sat in the back row with my lawyer and a court officer. The lights dimmed. The string quartet started. Lauren stepped onto the aisle in my dress, smiling like she'd won. Diane was in the front row, tears of pride. I waited until Lauren reached the halfway point. Then I stood up. The music faltered. My lawyer's voice cut through the silence like a whip. "You, Lauren Elizabeth Hargrove, are in possession of stolen property. This court order requires you to remove the gown immediately and return it to its rightful owner, Sophia Hargrove." Gasps. Phones flew up. My team hit go live on 3 separate accounts. Lauren froze mid-step. The dress, my dress, suddenly looked like a costume on a thief. She clutched the fabric like it would protect her. Diane turned white. I walked down the aisle slowly, heels clicking on marble. Every eye in the room was on me. "Take it off," I said, voice steady. "Right now, or the officer will remove it for you." Security tried to intervene. My lawyer flashed the injunction again. The live stream chat exploded. "Is that the stolen wedding dress? Diane did what?" Lauren started crying, real tears this time. She had to be escorted to a side room while the entire venue watched her mother frantically try to unzip the gown she'd stolen. I stood there, arms crossed, feeling every single bead on that silk like it was my own heartbeat returning to me. The dress came off. Elena Voss was waiting outside with a preservation team. They bagged it like evidence. The damage was obvious. Seams pulled, beads missing, hem butchered. Diane tried to spin it. It was a misunderstanding, but the live stream had already reached 87,000 viewers in their exact social circle. Screenshots were flying. By the time Lauren's ceremony resumed, in a borrowed dress that looked cheap under those lights, the damage was done. The next 48 hours were glorious chaos. The country club revoked Diane and her husband's memberships pending investigation. 3 board seats disappeared overnight. Lauren's fiancé's campaign donors started pulling out. Hashtags trended locally. Hashtag stolen silk scandal. My lawyer filed for full damages, cost of the gown, emotional distress, legal fees, and punitive because of the public humiliation they'd tried to inflict on me. Diane called me at 3 a.m. begging. I let it go to voicemail. Alex and I moved into our own place the following week. I kept the dress, restored by Elena herself, in a custom glass case in our living room. Not as a trophy, as a reminder. Every time someone from that family tries to crawl back, I just point at the case and say, "Remember what you tried to take from me." The dress isn't just silk anymore. It's proof that when someone steals your light, you don't just take it back. You make sure they never get to stand in the sun again. Looking back, the deepest cut wasn't the money or even the dress. It was the casual cruelty, the belief that my dreams were disposable because I wasn't real family. I used to think keeping the peace mattered more than my dignity. Never again. If you're watching this and someone in your life treats you like an accessory instead of a person with boundaries, hear me. Document everything. Build your case, then strike with precision, not rage. Karma doesn't always wear a red dress, but when she does, she looks damn good. That stolen silk didn't just ruin their party. It became the permanent stain on their reputation. And I finally got to walk in my own light, unapologetic, unbreakable, and completely free. Thank you for sitting through this entire saga with me. If this story made your blood boil and then filled you with that sweet, sweet justice rush, do me a favor. Smash the like button until it breaks, subscribe for more Reddit-style revenge stories that actually happened, and drop your own family cross-the-line story in the comments. I read every single one, and sometimes I even feature the best ones in future videos. I'll see you in the next one. Stay savage, stay protected, and never let them steal your shine.